Hello and welcome back to the channel, and it is time for the vampires to face the consequences of their night out with the Baron, or to be more accurately, the end of their night out with the Baron, which ended up with the Baron going up in smoke and becoming a pile of ashes, which they kind of have a funeral service for, but it's a very reluctant funeral service, before messenger crows arrive in their thousands. And then we have the fantastic Christian Charles as the messenger, asking why they didn't send a raven back, and the guys are like, we didn't know how. She's just like, tie a message to it and let it go. Anyway, they have to face the vampire council, something which Lazlo is reluctant to do because he once turned a baby into a vampire, which is a big no-no. Anyway, they head towards the council, which is in the basement of this modern looking building. They find these two, who they think are the council, but it turns out they are just prisoners who think they've been there for 1,000 years but have only been there for about 80. Snapping off of that light is going to be very important towards the end of the episode, as Guillermo is taken to the familiar's room. The council meeting opens up with a natty dance sequence because, you know, it is an ancient order of vampires. And you'll be starting to spot some, well, familiar faces at first, but also an array of famous faces, all of whom are playing off their reputations. So there we are, the original vampires from the film, of course, that started this whole business off. This council meeting is just delightful, just because of the daft silly bickering. We get some office type humour with Wesley's bad Skype connection. Of course, all of the vampires have their own little quirks, and it's a mix of people who are just kind of famous in weird ways, but also in the main, it's people who have famously played vampires in other things, which is a nice little touch. Anyway, the Baron's familiar indicates that our heroes were planning to off the Baron. They try to wriggle out of it by just repeating the idea that they were just spitballing this. Guillermo tries to take the fall for him, or for them, but of course none of the vampires believe that he would be capable of killing a vampire, so they just dismiss this idea out of hand. Of course we know it was an accident, but the vampires just aren't going for it. So our housemates are being led to their doom. They try to make an escape, which has some marvellous little touches, like Nadia running up the wall, Nando trying to pull an axe off the wall, but it's just a prop that's been put there. So all is looking lost. Guillermo accidentally kills another vampire, and this is building into something that will keep going throughout the series. So Lazlo, Nando and Nadia are in this well. The sun is crouching in. What is going to happen? And in the end, it is Colin Robinson to the rescue, nicely playing against the fact that he actually stepped in as a local member of the council earlier on and actually played a part in condemning these three himself anyway. So they turn into their bat form, and Colin and Guillermo smuggle them out in a box, and we close off proceedings with a better touch of the camera crew still trapped in the well. The trial is just a fantastic episode from start to finish. Just so many gags and references layered on top of the beautiful character humour that you always get with this show. Brilliant stuff.